Good morning everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ben. I just thought I'd make a video fairly early on today, which is Friday the 9th of July 2021 of course. And basically I just making this video to say that I'll be away until either Tuesday or possibly Wednesday afternoon of next week. So I'll be staying at my parents' house, and well, I should be at my parents' house by somewhere around midday. So yeah, basically I'll be going there and smoking a fair bit of my CBD weed, or CBD hash, CBD green, CBD hemp bud, whatever you want to call it. And I've got some Moroccan 25% CBD hash, aka solid, and it's the kind of stuff like the CBD solid Charas, CHARAS, which I purchased off Graded Green, and the Charas crumbled in my fingers without any heat being required for a form of a lighter or a candle if you haven't got a lighter, of course. And I don't think I'll be able to use a toaster. I've never actually thought about using a toaster to make it so, well, soap bar that I used to smoke in the early 2000s, so that it's obviously you had to heat that stuff up in order to crumble it down into little fragmented amounts to put into your joint or blunt or whatever, however you wanted to smoke it, due to it being so bloody awful, basically. And soap bar probably over 20 years ago now, since I was smoking soap bar originally, and the majority of what is in soap bar, or what was in soap bar, because you can't actually find it very easily in this day and age, it's obviously plastic, which causes a headache, leading to migraines, which went on for days on end sometimes. And well, I did stop smoking soap bar after a while because the headaches I would get, or migraines I should say, were simply not worth the effort and cost of buying soap bar. So even though soap bar was very cheap, very, very cheap, at like £10 for, well, probably an eighth or even a quarter back in 2001, and that was just an ordinary kind of price to get like 3.5 or even 7 grams of soap bar for tenner, maybe 15 quid maximum. And this is when I was smoking roughly 2 ounces of ordinary cannabis every week. I was smoking between an eighth, 3.5 grams, and a quarter for my daughter, 7 grams between the two weight amounts each day. And I am not lying about this whatsoever, because my mates were smoking it with me majority of the time, and I used to put ridiculous amounts of green or solid hash inside my joints. But I've always tended to smoke my joints using tobacco, a small layer of tobacco at the bottom, and then a layer of green or a layer of hash on top of the tobacco, using either a single skin standard size Rizzler or 2 standard size Rizzlers, one lengthways and the other one with an L on the end. Basically, just by licking half of the licky bit on a Rizzler when it was vertical, so you just lick the bottom half of it and stick it to the back of the left-hand Rizzler, the left to right Rizzler, and then you have an L skin basis, and you just have to roll up a roach using cardboard, which is basically a makeshift kind of filter to make the joint more solid, basically. And well, it doesn't really have much more purpose than that, to make the joint more solid. And yeah, don't try and put an ordinary roll-up cigarette type filter tip in a spliff, joint, cone, whatever you want to call it. But I still call it a joint when tobacco is mixed with cannabis or CBD hemp bud, or even if you mix other drugs with tobacco, such as heroin, then I'd still call it a joint. But also, I haven't touched any proper any Class A drugs since January of last year. So I think it was January the 12th, 2020, when I last used heroin and crack. And I have no intention whatsoever in going back. I don't have proper friends, as I should call it, in the town I used to live in. I would class most of the people that associated with me, I should say, as ex-associates. And the only things we had in common were that we all liked to smoke dodgy substances and get high. And well, I spent a heck of a lot of money in my life on illicit substances, and also I have gained a lot of medications on prescription. I don't abuse my prescriptions anymore, although in the past I have done, which led to me having to go without tablets for a few days. But thankfully, the tablets I used to purchase on the internet from, again, associates, but this time online associates, or what you might call online drug dealers. And I used to buy a lot of benzos like Valium Blues, MSG Blues, clonazepam, alprazolam, aka Xanax, as well as lorazepam, which is called Ativan in the United States of America. And those were mainly the benzos I would take. Sometimes I'd take all 4 or 5 of them at one time, and I was using up to 12 milligrams of alprazolam, which is Xanax, each day. And you might be old enough, if you're anywhere like my age, you might remember the so-called 5 milligram Red Devils, which were supposedly alprazolam, Xanax, but obviously homemade in a sink or a bath in someone's bathroom in their own home, and full of complete crap probably. They probably have killed people before. I mean the Red Devil Xanax tablets. And yeah, there's quite a few tablets like diazepam going around, fake like Roche ones, and even you can get Teva Activist, or an Activist now known as Accord Pharmaceuticals Limited, and there are actually fake blister strips that look totally legit. You can't tell the difference between the fake ones in the blister strip and the real ones in the blister strip. And the boxes they come in are actually pretty much identical to the one you get from your doctor, well, from your pharmacy or chemist, as you might call it, when you're prescribed a benzo such as diazepam. And diazepam is probably the most widely abused benzodiazepine in the United Kingdom. And I would say the second most abused one is either Xanax, aka alprazolam, or clonazepam, which is known as Klonopin in the United States of America, and possibly it's known as Klonopin in Canada too, North America. I'm not totally sure about the Canada reasoning, or whether that is true, but I'm just guessing it because it's still in the same continent, i.e. America. So yeah, I've basically covered all the points I wanted to cover in this video this morning. And please, if you want to see more videos of me rambling on about my drug use and what I'm up to, and see different variety of videos as well, which I'll be introducing in the next couple of weeks. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click on the bell icon in the bottom right hand corner and you'll be well away. And also, please, if you could be so kind as to like my video, I'd be extremely grateful for this as well. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment below, and I'll reply to your comment as soon as I have time to, and have thought about a sensible reply to make. So yeah, I'll end this video now. So many thanks to you all for watching, and I hope you have a peaceful, nice, relaxing day. So cheers for now. Bye.